Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited.
Ooh la la! It's time to shop new arrivals only at Quartz. Be the first to get great deals on our brand new selections of living and dining room sets, appliances and electronics, smart devices, and much more. Or get ready for Christmas and shop our brand new selection of holiday decorations and accessories. Plus, shop today and pay only $1,199 per 20-inch Mabe stove. Need a new mattress? Get our Sleep On It Queen mattress at only $899. And don't forget to stop by and grab a TCL 32-inch TV for as low as $1,149. No cash, no problem. Shop with Courts Ready Finance and pay nothing for 30 days. Shop in-store or online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Ooh la la. These are deals you don't want to miss. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture Carlos James says that while local hoteliers have expressed concerns about the use of jet skis, there is a need to strike a balance and allow for the use of jet skis in a regulated manner. We have to balance it because there are young people saying to me when they travel to our country, they want to take more risks, more adventure tourism, like hiking and surfing, but also marine sports activity. So rather than utilizing areas close to some coast, which is where you have the hotel ban, you can look at other areas that are more isolated where you can zone the operation so you can have more adventure tours, James said. The tourism minister spoke of the possible introduction of jet ski licenses and penalties that can be put in place for persons that take their jet skis out of the dedicated areas of operation, using Tromoka Bay as one of the possible jet ski zones. If you breach the conditions of the license, which is taking the jet ski, let's say for instance, we use a place like Tromoka Bay as a zone, and you bring the jet ski all the way around to Young Island, or you dock up here at Paradise Beach, you'll lose your license because it is meant for you to operate within a particular zone, James said. Minister James said that zoning the jet ski operations in more rural areas will lead to increased tourism traffic to those areas, a move that he says will lead to a transformation in those areas and see the taxi operators benefiting financially. With many in the nation still asking the question whether or not schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are still scheduled to reopen on Monday, September 5th, Minister of Education Curtis King decided to clear the air. During an interview with the Agency for Public Information earlier today, King said all schools, with the exception of the St. Vincent Grammar School, which had its opening delayed by a week due to ongoing repair work, will be opened on September 5th. We hear more from Minister King.
Yes, come Monday, 5th September, our schools will be reopened. There is a particular school, the St. Vincent Grammar School, where that school has been given a further week so that we can complete the substantive repair work that we have been doing on that school. But generally speaking, the rest schools will be ready.
Minister King said that while most schools will be ready to be reopened on Monday, September 5th, there will be the usual issues associated with the usual wear and tear that comes after a year of operation. He, however, noted that this wear and tear had been exacerbated further by the use of the schools as shelter during the explosive eruptions of La Soufrière. Still on the local scene, operators in North Leeward received formal training in the use of machine operated tillers, which will aid in the production of agricultural commodities across farms in North Leeward. Over 9 tillers were distributed to operators by the Minister of Agriculture, Sabota Caesar, and North Leeward MP Carlos James through the Ministry of Agriculture's Production Support Program. These tillers will provide a much needed service to farmers in every community across North Leeward as the agricultural production is ramped up in the coming months. According to Minister of Agriculture Sabota Caesar, this initiative would allow for the farmer tractor recipient to till lands belonging to other farmers. Their work would be reviewed by an extension officer, and there is a system already in place for the government to make the payments. Farmers who have the hand tractors are required to make monthly installments for the tractor and would be able to own the tractor upon payment completion. On to news in the region. Suriname's National Assembly late on Tuesday gave the green light to the Dutch speaking CARICOM country implementing a 10% value added tax VAT, even as several business organizations, including the Suriname Business Association, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Association of Surinamese Manufacturers, had urged legislators to approve a lesser VAT by a vote of 26 to 12, with the main opposition, National Democratic Party, the NDP, voting against the measure, and the MPS, one of the government partners supporting the legislation, supported legislation under quote unquote duress. Evanil Plain, one of the three government legislators, voted in favor, while the other two, including MPS leader Gregory Russia and Patricia Etnell, stayed away from the vote in protest. Plain said while the NPS is in favor of introducing VAT to replace turnover tax, the party had urged the government of President Chan Santoki to reconsider its 10% proposal and come up with a lower rate. However, the MPS said it found the 5% proposal by the opposition unrealistic because it would not achieve the government objectives such as reduction in payroll taxes from January 1st, 2023. The first ever Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum opened in Barbados on Thursday, with host Prime Minister Mia Mottley saying the two regions have business to do and asserting that it was only political will keeping the two regions from establishing direct air links. Giving the keynote address at the start of the September 1st to 3rd conference, which her government is hosting with the African Export Import Bank, Motley said while the existing political cooperation between Africa and the Caribbean is essential, it is not sufficient to reverse the underdevelopment of either region. She insisted that they had not fully tapped into the existing avenues for partnership, including business and tourism. The Barbadian leader also addressed the issue of air travel and the lack of direct air links between Africa and the Caribbean. About 120 of the over 1,000 people registered for the conference arrived on the island on Wednesday on an Ethiopian Airlines chartered direct flight from Lagos, Nigeria. On the international scene, Argentina's vice president has narrowly avoided assassination after a gunman's weapon jammed as he aimed at her. Footage shows the moment Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, surrounded by a mob of supporters, found herself face to face with the loaded weapon. The former president was returning home from court where she faces allegations of corruption. She denies the charges. Police said the gunman, who local media identified as a 35-year-old Brazilian man, has been taken into custody. They are attempting to establish a motive for the attack on the left leaning politician who was Argentina's president from 2005 to 2015 and its first lady for 4 years before that. President Alberto Fernandez revealed the gun was loaded with 5 bullets but failed to fire when triggered. And finally, in sports, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is currently hosting a historic netball event in the form of the inaugural America's Men's Championships. President of the SVG Netball Association and head coach of SVG's male netball team, Vincy Warriors, Natasha Batiste, during an interview on WEFM this week, expressed how appreciative she is of the fact that we have been granted the opportunity to host the event. The America's Men's Championships kicked off on Thursday with Vincy Warriors facing off against Grenada's Spice Boys and coming out victorious 33 to 26. The competition will see teams from Antigua and Barbuda, Jamaica, and South Africa competing. The inaugural America's Men's Championships are emanating from the Annisville Sporting Complex. Tickets are on sale at $5 for children and $10 for adults. Ms. Batiste says the event promises to be an exciting affair, one that she says Vincentians cannot afford to miss. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts, St. Vincent Limited.
Get the funds you need now, just in time for back to school with Courts Ready Cash. Plus, if you apply before October 3rd, you will be entered for a chance to win your loan free. That's right. When you take a loan for school expenses from Courts Ready Cash, you could be the lucky winner of up to $10,000 of your loan amount. Also, when you visit us during the month of August, you may receive free gifts like back to school essentials, gift vouchers, Courts Cash, Radio Shack coupons, and much more. Visit your nearest Courts or Ready Cash location or apply online at readyfinancecaribbean.com. Conditions apply. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Offer ends October 3rd.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost